Despite its many triumphs throughout the years, the athletic department of the University of Nebraska at Omaha has had difficulty shredding the stigma of little brother. UNO has continued to succeed in the shadow of the Cornhuskers. In the last few years, however, the UNO wrestling team has forced the nation to stand up and take notice. By winning 3 national championships in 3 years, the Maverick wrestlers have proven that UNO athletics are second to none. The question that remains is how you build such a dynasty.
I'm Coach Denny. I'm the head wrestling coach at the University of Nebraska in Omaha.
My name is Ron Higdon. I'm the assistant wrestling coach at the University of Nebraska at Omaha.
My name is Les Sigmund, and I'm a former UNO wrestler.
My name is Patrick Ellabone. I was a 3-time academic All-American, 3-time All-American, and national champion for the UNO Mavericks.
My name is JD Nag. I'm a coach at UNO. I'm a former wrestler and 3-time national champion.
My name is Ross Taplin. I'm an All-American for the University of Nebraska at Omaha.
Cody Garcia, 125-pound national champ in 2006.
My name is Yasim Ribiaseka, and I'm a returning All-American for UNO wrestling team.
My name is Austin Bohm, and I'm currently wrestling 184 pounds at UNO.
Since the beginning of Coach Denny's career at UNO, he has coached 4 national championship teams, 24 individual national champions, and 147 Division II All-Americans.
My mission is to help teach and build. That's my mission. Wrestling is a great vehicle to do that because it's so demanding. I mean, it's a real demanding, physically demanding sport, but you know, life itself is, you know, pretty tough actually.
He's just real structured. You know, all the guys know what he's going to do day in and day out.
When you're wrestling for him, you have a desire to be successful as much for him as for yourself, just because of the type of person that he is.
My motivation is almost not to disappoint them, because I know how hard they work, so I want to be able to give them back what they give to me.
Coach Denny is, I always say he's like a second father. This is a second family.
It's amazing to be in here, and like the three-peat that they had the years before I came.
Out of the 4 national championship teams he coached, 3 were won consecutively in 2004, 2005, and 2006. In 2004, the Maverick wrestling team set out on a journey as a band of brothers to find power through teamwork, demonstrate character under adversity, and persevere against the odds.
That team really established our core. It was a classic example of our core, and that was team power, character under adversity, and moxie and grit. That they lived that. They put that to work. I mean, they showed that. They demonstrated that day in and day out, and it kept building. I mean, you know, that they started at the beginning, but they just kept, you know, they kept showing up with it every day as much as they could, and it accumulated in a tremendous season for them in a national championship.
It came down actually to the last match, which was Les Sigmund, and he had to he had to win, which I guess we knew he was going to win because he's good. But actually before that, we had to have the 97-pounder from the team that we were competing against lose, and he ended up losing, so that helped out too. So then with Les, we knew he was going to win. What stands out about that is just, that championship was just, I don't know, it just seemed, I don't know, like a fairy tale. It was kind of fun because we weren't ever expected to win that one.
You kind of think wrestling is an individual sport, but I always kind of talk about it this way. It's like the old, you know, the old wagon wheel where you take the rim off of it and you have the hub. And in wrestling, when it comes around to your spoke, you're the only one out there. But unless the hub is really tight, unless that team power is strong, that spoke won't stand up because it won't be tight in that hub. So I kind of relate that a lot with our guys. In wrestling, I found that over my 38 plus years of coaching is that the ones that are the closest perform the best. The tighter knit you are, the better team chemistry you have, the team unity, the team power, the better the product is going to be.
It started with the whole family atmosphere. I mean, we were a band of brothers. We were together, fighting there, right next to each other, just like a group of soldiers. You go everywhere together, you do everything together, and it really brings you closer together and helps you perform better.
I like to think that we have just a big family here. Like, all the guys are real close, and that's what really helps you get through each day and through practice. You know, this is our life up here, and it's great to have people that are going through it with you.
It just seemed like almost like a big brother, little brother type chemistry with, you know, you always looking towards the other guys to see how things are done, how you should be acting and stuff, and that's kind of the chemistry that I thought we had.
We had a relatively young team, and we were going to bring some guys back, and we were going to be that much more confident going into the next year, because you never know what's going to happen, be it injuries, be it other people getting different people coming in as far as recruiting. And but we had a confidence about us that we could actually do it, and that we should probably be the ones.
We talk about this a lot, is rebounding power. You have to be able to rebound in life and whatever sport you're in or whatever you're in. Be able to bounce back after disappointment, after being discouraged, after getting, you know, something, hitting some obstacle. So we were a classic case of that, rebounding, bouncing back.
We looked at it, you know, we're not in first, okay. You know, we weren't expected to win it, and you know, we one match, one day at a time is all it was, and you know, we had a great, you know, second day. I believe is really when everything took off. Is our second day. We had a great day, and we had guys, you know, just didn't stop, give everything you got. I mean, guys who weren't expected to do anything, just doing anything you did was a bonus.
We had been so close for so many years. To finally come out on top of that was, it's kind of, you're almost a pessimist, because you're like, something's going to happen, you know, it can't go this well. We actually had to have some things happen that were out of our control, like some other people getting beat from North Dakota State that were wrestling other guys from a different team. So for that to happen, it kind of fell in place, and then we had a solid, really, really solid heavyweight. And he was untouchable, and we felt confident once we got to that last match, but some other things had to happen prior to that match. But the comeback was, I mean, we're in the final match, and we're like, I can't believe this is happening. This is really going to happen. I mean, we had that much confidence in our heavyweight that it's actually going to happen finally.
Like my freshman year when I won it, that was probably the most exciting, just because I wasn't ranked during the year, and I kind of just had to work my way up. you know, compare it to like a job, you know, kind of working your way through. But I had worked my way up, and I was, right before the national tournament, I was ranked #1, and it was a lot of work, but, you know, I got more confident throughout the season and more successful too.
The one that stands out for me is my 3rd place match, which I had a guy from North Dakota, and he beat me 3 times that year already, and I ended up beating him that year, and that was just, or that final match. So that was something that stood out for me, because it was kind of the 4th time wrestling. You know, I always got beat by him, and I was just like, kind of, I don't know, turned around, and after that, I just had the feeling that, you know, good things would come from that, and that's what kind of stood out for me.
You know, that team really focused on the right things, the core, which is the team power, the character, the moxie, the grit. They focused on that. They were coachable. We as coaches tried to be coachable. We tried to be, you know, a total team kind of thing.
After returning from an exhilarating 2004 season, 2005 brought even more excitement as UNO accepted the opportunity to host the 2005 National Championships. With the added pressure of hosting the national tournament on top of defending their title, it would be even more crucial than ever before to go into this season battle ready.
We're really coming in really excited about having the national tournament here at home. I know Coach Denny and Coach Higdon put in a lot of work to make sure that it was going to be a really nice venue here.
You know, of course, we tried to hype everything. We raised the mat in the finals, and it was televised, and you know, the spotlights, and the place was packed, and you know, we had a lot of things. We tried to make it a happening. You know, we wanted to create that atmosphere for our guys to have the opportunity to perform under that atmosphere. Well, it was there. It was there. That atmosphere was there. It was electric. It was electric.
We set up the mats, we get everything ready to go the night before, and I mean, there's just a lot of different people did a lot of things to help it come together.
The parents are there. You know, of course, we had a huge alumni following, and we had one whole side. We set attendance records. I mean, it was packed house. It was electric atmosphere. Now, to be able to perform under those kind of conditions, you know, it's another challenge. It's a delightful challenge. I like to call them delightful challenges. You need to be ready to do that. And a lot of times when you go on the road, it can actually be less distracting.
We had some really young guys that were kind of, like I said, wowed by the atmosphere. They didn't really know what to expect going in, and when they came in, they wrestled really uptight and nervous and didn't wrestle up to their potential. But then the other guys that were there the previous years had the confidence, and then they're the ones that kind of thrived under that atmosphere.
It's not just one round. It's not just one day. It's not just, you know, you got to remember that. It's the total performance of who can be the most consistent through the whole time. And I think that's true, you know, of all of us. We're trying to be consistent through life, you know, try to bring our best every day. Sometimes it's tough, but we're trying to bring our best and do, you know, make the most out of what we got.
We had a great team coming back, and some great leaders, and everybody was really, that was a real close team that we had there. And everybody just, you know, worked hard all season.
I think we had confidence, especially that year. We had some confidence going in that really we should be the ones that had the best shot to win it. I mean, it was close, and we knew we were going to be in a battle. It wasn't going to be easy, but we had confidence that we should be the ones. We should be the ones to beat, and that's not always the case.
each year's different. I felt like, you know, you got to come in and just kind of start over, and you take some things, but you gotta start over and build your confidence back up, because you haven't competed in a while. And then
goal was, as a team, we wanted to win it. I knew that I had to do my part, and my goal was to All-American again, to win, and I knew if I would just do my part, that we had a lot of talent around to back it up, getting the bonus points if we could.
We kind of all, you know, just work together, or kind of work together. We're out there by ourselves, but we kind of all worked together, and kind of knew what we had to do, and we just all did our own thing, and it was just a good experience for everybody. Everybody did a good job. And it was just awesome to have.
And we had 4 in the finals. Patrick Allibone and J.D. Nag and Les Sigmund. Les just dominated in the finals, but the rest of them, I mean, they had to show some. I mean, Patrick Allibone, his performance was unbelievable in the final.
I can remember point in the match, just at the end, I don't know, we had the injury timeout in the 3rd period or whatever, and went over to Coach Higdon. Coach Denny and Coach Higdon were over there, and we're over by the score clock, and I kind of looked at Coach Higdon and I'm like, you know, how much time do I need to get my riding point to win the match? And he's like, and he ran off, he comes back, got riding for 7 seconds. And so I knew, I mean, that was a big deal. Just, okay, go out there, do what you have done all year, ride this kid for 7 seconds.
It was awesome because I was winning the match, but he made a late run on me he just took me down and tied up, and I had to escape to win, and I ended up reversing him to his back to win, and a 57-pounder right before us won too right at the end too. So I know the crowd was just electric and crazy, and after that happened, I was just overwhelmed with joy. It was nice in front of everybody. You know, it was just awesome to have.
And the finals matches, it came down to the last day, came down to the last match again, you know. But I mean, we had a hammer guy. He was the rock of our team.
That was probably one of my best performances as a whole in the national tournament. I felt. I don't know if it was because we were here at home or what it was, but I felt that I performed at my best there.
Probably the thing I'll always remember, we're the only team in the history of NCAA wrestling, Division I, Division II, or Division III, that have won a national championship academically and, you know, athletically. We're the only team in history to do that. And I'm not bragging, I don't think we're sounding arrogant. I'm just so proud of that because no team has ever done that before.
As the 2006 season rolled upon the Maverick wrestling squad, history had already been made, but a determined group of warriors felt they had much to prove.
The 3rd year that we won it was round 3. It's kind of like, you know, we're going to the 3rd round and we're going to win our 3rd national title.
2006 was the consistency, just consistent, day in, day out, performing in the classroom, you know, in the practice room. Yeah, that was what I was so proud of that team for. It's so tough to be consistent.
It was referred to as the perfect season a lot of times just because, you know, all the matches we wrestled, we were so consistent as far as a team, you know. Whenever, you know, we'd have a few falter, but we always had guys in the back that could pick us up, and throughout the lineup, we just had guys that could step up when they needed to.
we had, like a record-setting team. UNO's never had a team go through unbeaten, or I don't even think that they've had a team perform like we did that year.
I mean, our team was very consistent. We were, like I said, 10-0 in duels. We won national duels. That's a huge tournament. We won the national tournament. We won the regional tournament. We never lost a duel or anything, and we had so many upperclassmen. I was the only new guy into that everybody just knew what they had to do, and they explained to me what my job was as a 165-pounder for the team, was to come in and do my job day in and day out. Come to the practice room, come to the meetings, be at everything, and everybody believed in Coach Denny's system, and they did a great job of believing in it.
We were riding a high after 04 and 05, and we just had to be consistent with everything that we had done in those seasons. We couldn't let down, especially at that point. I mean, Target grew over the years, so we just had to be consistent with everything we had done.
Everything that we did we didn't really break away from our traditional things that you might, because we set okay, when we practice, people warm up and do the same stuff every day, and I think that's one thing we did good is we performed every weekend and out. We did the best that we could to perform our best, and we just stayed consistent, and that's the reason why we did as good as we did. 2006,
I tell you what, you don't get tired of it. Yeah, it's not like, oh yeah, we won again. It's it's a fight every time. It's uncertainty. I mean, it's emotional roller coaster during the tournament itself, because you're back and forth and up and down, and you're winning one round, you're losing the next, and all right, if this happens, you just never know. All you can do is fight, and our guys did a great job of that. It was phenomenal.
Yeah, we had some great performances. We really did. We had some great performances. We had a freshman win the national championship, Cody Garcia, just dominated the national tournament. He was a redshirt freshman.
Going to a finals match of your freshman year, there was a lot of pressure. I almost had to, sit down for about 10 minutes before the match started. The nerves just get to you, and when the nerves do get to you, towards the end of the match, you really start to feel it, and you feel fatigued so much quicker when you let that happen. You go out there, and once you you step up onto the mat that's raised up, and you kind of still get that feeling in you. You get butterflies for a sec, but once that whistle blows, the crowd kind of just goes silent, and all you can hear is yourself think. You just kind of talk to yourself the whole time, and just kind of reassure yourself. First period of that match, I got a takedown pretty early, and then I rode him out for about a minute and a half, 2 minutes. So I had that riding point assured, so I pretty much had a 3-0 lead. The last about 30 seconds took about 3 minutes, I think. It was kind of one of those things that's when everything kind of started slowing down. I could start hearing the crowd again. I could kind of start hearing the coaches again. It was just, I kept kind of peeking at the, not that I'm supposed to ever, but I kept peeking up at the scoreboard to see how much time was left, and it just, once I saw 9 seconds left, it was kind of one of those things I just kind of watched it trickle down.
To top it off, you win a national championship, and your heavyweight wins it for the 4th time and gets the outstanding wrestler of the tournament. It was quite a significant kind of thing, you kind of top it off with all that.
I just view it myself as another piece of the puzzle. Just like everybody else, if I bring my best, everybody's going to work to bring their best too.
That being what turned out to be my last year, just a lot of achievement. Everything I did, the 3-time All-American, 3-time academic All-American. I won a national championship, part of the 3-time national championship team. It was a sense of success, achievement. A lot of people, when they start the wrestling career, dream to accomplish the things that I did, and I was just blessed to be surrounded with the team and the coaches that I was with, and doing what I did was good. I felt good about it.
This is UNO Wrestling, a team that has all the ingredients for excellence. A coach with unmatched skills and experience, and above all, a father and a great mentor.
We love each other just like a family, and that's just like saying, you know, like these guys is my brothers, and then Coach Denny is like our father.
Coach takes care of business when he has to take care of it, but for the most part, if we're not wrestling, we're having we're joking around, we're always together.
A band of passionate assistant coaches that is always ready to step up and help steer the boat to victory. A lineup of the most committed athletes in the nation. And last but not least, the loyal fans that have always surrounded the team with love and encouragement. Winning 3 national championships in a row was not a coincidence. It was inevitable.
Just to be part of that was a great accomplishment. Something that very few people get to experience. I mean, 3 times is almost unheard of, especially as competitive as Division II is, and just to experience that was, I mean, an achievement in itself.
With all the training and preparation that the wrestlers went through, all the wisdom and passion of the coaches, topped with a true love for the game and a commitment to the spirit of competition, becoming champions was just a matter of time.
I think one of the major, I guess, contributing factors is just Coach Denny. He's a really great guy. He knows everybody. He knows how to run a program, knows what to do, how to get guys just to win for him. And then once you get those guys in here, we got so many good guys that he has that it's just basically a fight in the wrestling room.
This team went through a lot, but no injury or loss managed to shake their confidence. Coach Denny knew his wrestlers and their abilities, but his goal was beyond developing great wrestlers.
Coach is a great guy, gets everybody motivated, gets us all looking good, takes us care in classes. I mean, he does the all-around thing. He's just not here to make us better wrestlers here. He's here to make us better people. But then you got those assistant coaches that are there to slap you in the face before you go out on the match.
From doing community work to spending good old time together, the Maverick wrestling team is truly a family. Coach Denny shaped and chiseled his wrestlers' personalities and prepared them for the hardships of life. In the process, he has built a wrestling dynasty at the University of Nebraska at Omaha on excellent coaching, teamwork, and creating a family atmosphere that goes unmatched by any other school in the sport of wrestling.
But we have a great thing going, and it helps with recruiting, and the kind of guys that we recruit want to be a part of it, and we want to duplicate that years to come. I mean, that's what you thrive for as a coach. That's why we're here. That's why I have my job. That's what I live for.
Every team is special. I really think that every team, every division, every individual is special. They're all special. And of course, you know, sometimes you put so much emphasis on national championships and so forth, but you know, that group, and hopefully every one of our groups, is modeling the core. You know, if you look you look through and you can take either any one of the years, and I think you know, they modeled the core. They modeled the way. They modeled the way for each other. They inspired a shared vision. They inspired each other. They motivated each other. They had a shared vision of it all, and so probably that. You know, they came back. They had great team power. You know, they had great team power. It can't be done without it. Done the right way.